Hey, what's going on YouTube? Son of Sanguinius here, and today we're going to be continuing our Angel's Blade review with a look at the Death Company Strike Force. Arguably the second best formation in the Angel's Blade supplement, so without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So the formation consists of 1 Death Company Chaplain, 3 Death Company Squads, and 1 to 3 Death Company Dreadnoughts. For restrictions, it says any Death Company squad in this formation can take a Storm Raven gunship as a dedicated transport. So that's really nice. It's not really a restriction; it's more like an extra bonus there. But that's cool. And special rules: the Black Rage. All models in Death Company squads from this formation and all Death Company Dreadnoughts from this formation add 1 to their attacks characteristic whilst they are within 12 inches of their formation's Death Company Chaplain. Alright, so the Death Company Strike Force, it's awesome. Death Company were great before, and now they're even better. So I'm sure a lot of us, especially in larger games, which is what Angel's Blade seems to be geared toward. A lot of us Blood Angels players, we tend to bring more Death Company the larger the games. And this is an excellent way to bring what we, might already have brought in the past, except now we get some benefits. It should be noted here that you do not get the Red Thirst in this formation, which does kind of suck in some instances. I know that there's kind of some a little bit of debate as to whether or not the Red Thirst is really worth it. Personally, I think it is, as far as going up against other Marines or Chaos or anything where the mainstay troops happen to be Initiative 4. Just being able to hit your opponent first before they can hit you back is, I think, in my opinion, very, very critical. But regardless, this is a devastating formation, and because basically all of the most of the models in this formation have the Feel No Pain special rule, it's also durable as well. It's not the greatest thing. We're not we're not quite on the Necron level yet, but 5 Feel No Pain, on your Death Company squads is they're going to be a little bit more resilient than your average Marine. Another possible downside is this can be a bit of an expensive formation, simply because even if you took everything bare bones minimum cost, you're looking at about 550 points. Anywhere between 500, 600. I didn't, go through meticulously and add up all the points. But just off the top of my head, you got 3 Death Company squads. Okay, so that's 100 each, so that's 300. Death Company Chaplain is 125. So you're at 425, and then the Death Company Dreadnought is another 125. So you're at 550 or whatever. So 550 points minimum. So it can be a little bit pricey, especially once you start adding upgrades to not necessarily the Chaplain, not necessarily the Dreadnought, but also the different squads of Death Company. Your points are definitely going to start climbing up there. So just be mindful of how you equip your guys in this formation. But other than those two things, other than the fact that it doesn't have the Red Thirst on its own, and it can be kind of expensive. This thing is awesome. It's a nice complement for any of your existing armies. It's a nice sort of way to get some nice, hardy, assault troops in with some extra little benefits there. The fact that your Death Company can take Storm Raven gunships as dedicated transports is also a nice benefit. I know some people in the comments down below, a lot of you guys said you wanted to take Death Company without the jump packs, and maybe in a Land Raider or whatever, or in a Storm Raven gunship, and this is a nice way for you guys to do that. But moreover, what this allows you to do is this allows you to take the Relics of the Lost and roll on the Warlord traits table. And as I mentioned before, most of the Relics of the Lost are awesome, with the exception of the Blood Shard and maybe Ball's Vengeance is kind of meh. But the other 4 on there, oh gosh, I can't speak today. The armor, the first one that costs 30 points, that gives you 2-up armor and gives you Adamantium Wailing Crusader. That one. Let's see, the Guardian's Blade for 30 points, the Gilded Crozius for 25 points, and Firestorm I mentioned too. That those 4 in particular are pretty good. Out of all of them, I'd say probably go with the Gilded Crozius, just because adding 1 to your or being able to re-roll Feel No Pain rolls of 1 for your Death Company is awesome. Plus, it's basically a Strength +2 AP3 Crozius with Mastercrafted. Who doesn't like that? So, then it also allows you to roll on the Warlord traits table for the Death Company, either the formation or the detachment. The detachment we'll cover later in another video. But most of these are good, with the exceptions of the 6-1 Visions of Heresy. Your Warlord and all friendly Death Company squads within 12 of them have the Hatred, Chaos, Demons, and Chaos Space Marine special rule. Meh. Not the greatest in my personal opinion, but the other 5 I think are solid, especially the Blood Augur that basically lets you re-roll a single die roll once per game turn, which is pretty nice. So anyway, it's as I said, guys. This formation is pretty good. Aside from the cost and the fact that you don't get the Red Thirst, pretty much everything else about this formation is awesome. And this formation, in my mind, has pretty much one mission. That is to smash the enemy lines and break all of those who stand before you. And that's really what Death Company are meant to do. They're meant to hit hard. They're meant to hit fast. Get in there, get into close combat, and just wreck your opponent's troops, their fast attacks, their elites, whatever whatever it is. I almost like to think of this formation as almost kind of like a mini Death Star in and of itself. And you can build these out. You could, go, let's say you're playing, 3,000, 4,000 points, on those rare occasions. Now, you can certainly, build this out. You could bring, up to 30 Death Company with, 3 Death Company Dreadnoughts and just flood the table, in black and bone, so to speak, and just wreak havoc on your opponent. So, anyway, that's really all I have to say about the Death Company Strike Force. It probably came off a little bit more rambly than it should have, but suffice it to say, it's an awesome formation, gives you some nice benefits for stuff that you would normally take anyway. Other than that, just be reasonable with the points and rip and tear, guys. So that's all I have to say for now. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say down below in the comment section below. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.